We have Doomz. It also appears that we have Radiant Typhoon with the new support and the Witchcrafter of Albaz. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Doomz is back in full action, actually. Now, they did get this new spell card that lets you destroy a Doomz from the hand, deck, or face up on the field. And if this card is destroyed by a card effect, you can add a Doomz card from your graveyard to your hand, except for Changer. And then you can special summon a Doomz monster from your hand. Now, you would hear destroying from the deck. Isn't that just foolish, bro? Yeah, basically. These guys have effects when, they are destroyed, which is kind of cool, but actually helps you turbo into things. We're also playing the Servicing Big Jaws package in here, just to kind of be able to, turbo up into some of these Exceed monsters, just so that you can kind of start up the combo line process and go from there. But I don't know, this seems pretty cool, to say the least. Even with 1/7 Tachyon, they're still cooking up some interesting ideas. Next up here, we have Radiant Typhoon, and yes, they are playing the Sheena, the twin deities in here. Now, this is when your opponent activates card effect while you control Wind Monster, which everything Radiant Typhoon is going to allow that. You have to special summon this from the hand, then apply an effect. It lets you return all face-up monsters on the field to the hand, except for Sheena. Or spells and traps, you get to return all of your spell and traps on the field to the hand. This is actually really, really good, because if you need to rebounce back a Crocea, then you can reuse the Crocea on a following turn to basically try to paralyze the opponent a little bit further. And I like that a lot. I like that actually using this card serves a purpose. And of course, we are playing some level of the Link monsters. I think 2 of these seems to be just fine. Also do get to see, oh my, the Heartbeast Featherstorms. Guess what? Paralyzing the opponent through a floodgate is pretty strong, man. It's just does require some kind of setup. Ooh. Next up, we have this interesting pile of lore. So we're playing Magistus cards with Witchcrafter, with the Verti Magic, and the Fallen of White with the Incredible Ecclesia. It feels like you're kind of just pulling the best pieces out of all of the lores, and dare I say, actually making a semi-competent strategy with this. I think the Fallen and the Virtuous was one of the best cards that they could have printed, at least generic-wise, to kind of allow pile decks like this to kind of come to fruition. Konami has been cooking up with some of the interesting ideas that players can run around with. It's just up to us to kind of make these decks become a reality, because, right now, we got to think a little bit with how many piles we've got. Next up is the Mitsurugi special. So, unfortunately, we've seen that Habagiri is an annoyance. Being 1 card full combo is broken. But, what if we can go one step further? What if we can play a Horus package in our deck, turn that Horus into a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon off of turning it into a Dark Magician of Destruction, and suddenly, you've got a little bit more brokenness kind of coming down through the grapevine. I like that. I also do see we are playing Tachyon Transmigrations in here as a 2-of, just to kind of get some good setup and go. I also do see we are playing 60 cards with the Tachyon stuff. I mean, mainly this is just because you're playing 6, as you want this deck to be generating as much consistent advantage as you want to, especially when you're getting into the layered protection. Next up here, we have more Elvennotes. So I think this is one of the first pure, can't even say it's pure, get 2 Elvennote monsters on the field, go full Fiendsmith combo. Tends to be a lot of what these Elvennote decks have been about in the OCG recently. Now, in our case in the TCG, we'll be able to make our mateys, and then we could go down full Fiendsmith combo that way. So we're not that forgotten in that aspect of things. There are other supplementing packages that you can do, because luckily enough, we do have access to this. Still going with the triple Medius, the pure. I think that this is fine. You do notice, I mean, your synchro package is not exactly the most flushed out, but I mean, you got Baron de Fleur. You got the components that you need to get the deck going. And that's as much as you could ask for when looking at, you know, engine pieces like this. Next up, oh my, I too wish that I could play Spyral Master Plan in Yummy, because this is the level of BS that I live for, man. Also, you know, just being able to Yummy Snatchy through full lines and then just deploy into like a Colossus down here. This looks absolutely devastating. But once again, I mean, give it up to the OCG for combining these different packages together and suddenly bringing life to the pile decks. Because this is the sort of innovation that you look at out here, that you get to see Spyral just doing absolutely broken things. And, you know, didn't exactly have Spyral being a relevant contender in 2025 on my map, but I mean, you know, we'll take this sort of stuff. If it's something that you can get to work, okay, why not? Next up is Flame Swordsman with Elvennotes. Well, I guess this should just hypothetically work because, you know, Isolde just ends up being the facilitator for 99% of the brokenness that comes with this. I mean, the only other trade-off is, I mean, these are spellcasters, this is a fiend. So, I mean, you're going to be, your main, I guess, takeaway here is you're getting easier access into Fin Mel because she is, in fact, a warrior. So I guess that does work, but looking at this, I mean, you're just doing basic Flame Swordsman combo. You know, you're not really walking away with this as anything too crazy. It just feels pretty standard. Also, Mr. Ultimate Flame Swordsman himself here, getting the job done seems very, very nice. Honestly, there's not a lot else to talk about with this. You know, Isolde is an incredibly broken card as we continue to monitor and to see here. Ooh, we have more Elvennotes. Now this time with Killer Tune. Now, Killer Tune, I mean, it does have its perks, right? You know, you're going down, you know, very, very good Floodgate-esque effects here like this. I mean, we do appreciate controlling the narrative through this. But also because, you know, you're playing Elvennotes, get access to, you know, Stylesia, which has, I think, been one of the better cards. Now, the real reason why you're playing a synchro deck right now is because you yourself want to be able to play Floodgates. Being able to use stupid broken cards like Gravity Collapse to punish your opponent still is one of the best things that we can really throw around in the meta. And honestly, I appreciate this. This card, to this day, is still one of the best counterable cards. Actually, how much is... Gravity Collapse is free in Genesis. That's actually kind of insane to think about. Wow. I guess, guys, I guess. Next up is the Radiant Typhoon deck. Now, this one's a little bit different than the one we saw earlier. This one's actually maximizing on triple copies of Sheena. Just because, once again, getting access to Bouncing Back Crocea and some of the other components to be able to re-trigger them in the next upcoming passive turns seems so gosh darn broken. I actually appreciate this. Once again, I mean, you got the Harpies Featherstorms we love. Just the brokenness with this. Build also is playing Dimensional Fissure. I mean, if I'm getting die-fied, I'm going to cry while playing against this deck, but it's great. Also, we are playing the Harpies Conductor just to get access to the Harpy name. I think if you do get this pulled up, you're probably going to have a pretty decent time against your opponent. It just kind of comes down to, you know, once you get the Floodgate stuff set, you know, and get this rolling, congratulations, you've done what you need to do. And then we have Branded with Hecka Hands. Well, this takes me back, but also you do get to see the Fallen of White and the actual help that this gives you within, you know, the lore and consistency. We're also playing the Dear Servants in here, actually maximizing on the triple, the Fallen, and the Virtuous. And man, the fact that the Fallen and the Virtuous is just this consistent monster for this deck is absurdly good. But that's all I got for you guys today. A lot of interesting little challengers here doing their thing, and I actually kind of appreciate that. So please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back. You learned it, guys. patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.